Hello, folks, and welcome to KJ's Porch Puppy Comics. I'm KJ with you this morning. To God be the glory for the things that He has done. He has done wonderful and marvelous things for us all. Yes, He has. Don't get it twisted. There's things going on all over the place, all over the world, even in the United States. But the Lord is yet blessing. He is still on the throne. He don't want you to give up on Him. He wants you to turn to Him today because He is the only answer for the world today. Jesus is the only answer for the world today. This is episode 78 of the Pickle Barrel. I done a little trading last week. Just got pretty much most of the books processed and figured I'd go ahead and put out a video and let you see what I picked up. It's pretty much of almost a full short box. So we're going to try to chop it up. We're going to try to give you 3 or 4 videos in the week or what have you. Like I said, this is the holiday season and baking will start kicking in here pretty soon. So hopefully we'll just try to get them out when I can. So please subscribe, ring that notification bell, tell a friend, tell a neighbor. We thank the Lord for the subscribers that we have. I think we're still holding at 27. I haven't checked in a day or two on the new channel, that is. But the Lord is yet blessing. I'm telling you, we are just having a good time in the Lord. And in spite of what you think is going on, He's still in the blessing and the saving business comic book community. So with that being said, let us get into the books. All right. And as you'll see in the heading, it'll say Transformers, She-Hulk, X-Men, and more. So we're going to start this out with what if invaders had stayed together after World War II. I had this book. It's a Gil Kane cover, newsstand. It's a nice looking book. I mean, all things considered. It's got a few kind of little crunches up here and here and a little bit over here. And the spine is kind of rolled. Most of these what ifs that came out like this were kind of what they call them square bound. So with them being square bound, then it all depends. Sometimes they was rolled, sometimes they weren't. But I thought this was pretty cool, and it was a good read. You don't see most of these original what ifs, at least in our area, too often. And so I was glad to pick it up. This is another book I saw. Now, I'm not a Transformers guy. I know the toys. I've collected the comics, a few, at least back down through the years. But this particular one caught my eye because down through the years, when this book first came out at the shop, I had remembered there was such a big buzz about it. And the reason being, those of you out there in the comic book community would already know that the reason that this book has such a buzz is because this is a cover done by the one and the only Jim Lee. Why? Because you can look right here. And that's what it says. Let me bring it up so you can see it. It's a nice cover. And so it was more of a cover grab. Because I don't think I have a whole lot of, do I have any Transformers? Yeah. I was more of a Voltron and Shogun Warriors type of guy. I mean, not saying nothing against the Transformers folks out there, but the Voltron to me is still the coolest robot. We can debate that later in your comments or whatever. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down here at KJ's Porch Puppy. Still dealing with nostalgia. We have Inhumanoids number 3. Trying to put this set together. I just needed 1 and 2. And look at the condition of them though. Here's number 4. This was a toy line. If you can go online on YouTube and you can pull up the movie. And, for a movie that was a comic line and a comic book and cartoons rather, that was made for really kids. This cartoon was something else. It was ahead of its time. It was vicious. And you can go up there and you can pull up the movie and watch it. It surprised me again. You could show it now and it would still hold up to today's standards. I picked this up. And again, these books, some of these books come from Brother Rob, and some of these come from Brother Paul. So they were all mixed in. So, but I do know that this one came from Brother Rob. I've been looking for a She-Hulk #1, and he told me, he said it was in rough condition, but I can deal with it, just to have one. If I run across another one later on down the line, upgrade, but as far as a placeholder and just as far as having one, because I've had this book numerous times down through the years, but She-Hulk #1, you all, the Savage She-Hulk. It's another one of the books that I like picking up when I see them. JSA Classified featuring Power Girl. And this, oh my goodness. Well, you'll see later on as we're going on. But somebody had comment, I think, on Webheads Unite. Sometimes we post comics on there and drawings and different things. And one of the gentlemen, I had posted these particular JSA Classifieds featuring Power Girl. And I told him I've always been a fan of Power Girls, even before the augmentation. Seems like every time another artist get a hold to her, things get augmented, and that's all I'm saying on that one. JSA #2, Classified, still dealing with the Power Girl. And crazy thing about it, is I picked these up from, I believe, I picked up the first issue from Brother Paul. Brother Rob had the second and the fourth issue, but I didn't pick up the third issue from Brother Paul because I'm weird. Sometimes if I can't find at least the first and second, I won't mess with it. I'll pick up the first and I'll come back. So now, one of these days, I'll have to go back and pick up a #3, but I did get a #4 featuring Power Girl. I thought that was pretty cool. My. Let us move on, you all. This book here, I got this one also from Brother Rob, and it's basically a cover grab. Anytime you see a Moon Knight and a werewolf by night, I don't know, it's just something about it, and that's almost dealing with the same old costume he used to have back in the day. And like I said, it's basically a cover grab. And Brother Rob cut me a good deal on it because the book is pricey. I just can't see paying that much for a thick book, but they gave me a good price on it. Well, actually, on this one and this one that I'm showing next. Boom. McNiven Thor. It's a classic homage variant. And anytime you see these, I know it's been done to death ever since Hulk 340 come out, but it's still a sharp book. Anytime you see it come out like it, it's been homaged in DC, Image. Marvel's done it several times, with different characters, but it's still a great cover. McNiven done a great work on this one. It's real nice. So like I said, most of the time it's just cover grabs because I didn't even collect this particular run of the Incredible Hulk. This one came in via eBay because I've been looking for it. Moon Knight #1. The gentleman I bought it from had a great deal on it. Of course, it's a facsimile, but I've been talking to a few of the guys that I know around here, and I think we're gonna fool around, end up having, you're gonna have probably one short box, depending on how, excuse me, how fast forward you are on picking up stuff like this. You're gonna have a bunch of facsimiles, and to pay $4, maybe $5 for a facsimile. I know it may sound a little crazy, but if you get the book and it's just set up just like, even with the copyright right over here is 1980 Marvel Comics Group down here in the little box. The only difference is the price. I can deal with it. The cover's a little bit more shinier, but other than that, it's fine. And then you got the barcode, of course. But other than that, man, you can deal with that. That's love. I can pick them up all day, every day, if they're nice enough. The Draculas that I showed the other day, those were nice. Okay. These, I passed over them several times, but I picked them up this time. He-Man, Thundercats, and this is the adult coloring book variant cover. And it's sharp because it has the original cover up under this one that you can color. Will I color it? I don't know. If I'm gonna keep the book, I may. If I have to end up trading it for something else I won't touch it. Because a lot of people like it to be just like it is. And this was directly behind it, if I'm not mistaken. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, #1. By Pop Man Art, you all. Y'all ever a big fan of Pop Man, and I like his art as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did pick this up because I've always wanted one of these. This is a third printing of Radiant Black. And I'd rather have the third printing, I'd rather have first printing, but third printing is cool because I know they put out a image first with the first printing or the first story of it, but it wasn't worth. I didn't really want to get it. I wanted the original book, so when I saw this third printing, I went on and picked it up. This one, y'all know me out there. Y'all know I like to pick up something as maybe the first or the beginning of a story, depending on if I'm interested in it. Then if I fall out of it, then I like to pick up the end of it. Well, found this. Adventure into Fear. The Man Called Morbius, the Living Vampire, the final issue. And that's a Gil Kane cover. A lot of people don't like Gil Kane, but that man, he was something else. Put out some great stuff. And so I picked it up. The book looks good. Corners are still sharp on it. I mean, it probably wouldn't rate up there in maybe a 6.5 or nothing like that. But, if it's a 4.5 or maybe even a 5, that's good for me. I just wouldn't mind just having it in the collection. It's just different stuff now. I mean, like I'm saying, you're just collecting for nostalgia. At least I am. Justice League of America 124. I try to pick this up anytime I see it, especially if I don't have it. Dealing with the Justice Society. I always like this particular cover. Anytime that they went up there and ended up teaming up, I thought it was a party, man. It was a great book. Great book. And I picked up that one, and then I picked up this one as well. 144, another mashup. It says JLA, and it says featuring 30 heroes of yesteryear. And I don't know who all's on there. You see Power Man, wrong franchise, you all. You see Plastic Man, Vigilante, Black Hawk, looks like... I would say Doom Patrol is what it looks like. Challengers of the Unknown. Let me see who else we got in here. Of course, the Justice League. I don't know who else is in there, but I know they said a 30, and that's not 30 on the cover. But it's still a nice book. Looks good. Great shape. Great shape. Next book. Another one I passed up several times, but I figured I'd pick it up this time. Charlton Bullseye, #7. Captain Atom. Back in the day, I wouldn't even touch these books for some odd reason because I don't know. But like you say, your taste change. You get burned out over the same stuff over and over and over. And I know a lot of times, people, they trying to cater to the new folks that's coming in, trying to collect and picking up stuff. And, they want to get that dollar, they want to get their bang for their book. So they put out multiple covers and, and you got different artists coming in, which, like I said before, and I've said it many times, not taking nothing away from the new artists that's coming in, because these guys and girls are fantastic. But like I said, it's just going back to the old school. I guess it's just like maybe I'm looking at it from the same path as like they would say with the Bible. The Bible has a scripture that says, "Seek ye the old path, and when ye find it, walk therein." And, because the old path is tried and true. So I just like to stick with this type of stuff. And let me show you here. What else we got? I found this one as well. Judo Master. I like these books. I like Judo Master. And I didn't really get into Judo Master until when he started being reprinted in the modern comics. But I like the character. I like the setup. Of course, you got the little dinosaur peeping out around the corner there. I thought that was cool. This is number 98 of the original run, volume 1. Number 98. I think it jumped off another book that he appeared in, and it just kept on with that numbering. Don't hold me to it, you all. It's been a while, but this book here again, we've been finding these Charlton books because T. Ravis has been finding them in great shape. Some of the horror books and stuff. Another book I like of the Charlton comics is Gunmaster. And I thought that was pretty cool. You know, this guy here, he was making guns that hadn't even been invented yet. I mean, nothing far-fetched, you know, but he was a marksman in everything that he put his hands on in the Old West, and I thought that was cool. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, our scripture reading this morning will be coming from Psalms, the 27th chapter, verses 13 and 14. That's Psalms 27, verse 13 and 14. And it reads, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. 14th verse says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And that wait means to trust. We got to trust the Lord in everything that we say and do. If we say we love the Lord and we trust the Lord and we have confidence in the Lord, but we still want to run off and do our own thing, that's not trust. Take it from someone who has been there and done that. I'm not going to sit up here and lead you down a primrose path and tell you that I have been the best since I've been saved. This is a faith walk. And I'm learning, but that don't mean that you sit up there and once the Lord delivers you, that you go right back into your same stuff. No. No, he wants you to learn him, trust him, and believe. And you get into his word, you'll understand, because I said, I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. There is still a lot of goodness going on, and it's through the grace of God that you see it. It's through the grace of God that is taking place. Don't get it twisted and think, man, this is a man's doing, because if man had his way, we'd be in a far, far worse shape than we are right now. But trust me on this. You know, if you don't know the Lord, this is the time for you to know him. Get to know him. Look, if you're not saved, get saved. If you feel him drawing you, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, look, come over here on this side. The Lord will do you good. Not saying that you're going to be exempt from everything, because we still have issues and problems and sickness and different things, but we can go to him. He said, you can go to him. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. That's what he does. And I thank the Lord for just who he is. And he said, if you love him, you'll keep his commandments. And we thank the Lord this morning. Our next book, Comic Book Community. Here we go. Make sure we don't lose it this time. Showcase presents number 99, Power Girl. This was a 3-issue run that she had in this showcase. And if I'm not mistaken, this appeared, I want to say before. No. This was her, I would call it close to her second appearance as far as dealing with her. Her first appearance was in, All-Star Squadron, All-Star Comics, number 58, where she made her appearance. That's a sought-after book as well from us old guys that collect comics, because it's just a good read. It's dealing with, World War II era heroes, and just down-to-earth read. But this one here is a beautiful shaped book. It looks good, newsstand, and that's issue 99. And like I said, nostalgia. And I went back and I saw these wasn't too far behind it. Showcase number 101, featuring Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and Adam Strange by Joe Kubert. Now I didn't have my glasses on, you all. I thought I was picking up, there's 102, and I thought I was picking up a 103 until I got home and started processing everything. And what I mean, y'all know what I mean by processing. Y'all do it too. changed the books out of the bags and boards and put in fresh ones. But I picked up two 102s. They're still in nice shape. I'll hang on to them, maybe take one and trade it one day. You never can tell. Another set I'm trying to put together. If I find them, I'm piecing them together a book at a time. Is Crisis on Infinite Earth. This had to be, to me, George Perez' crowning achievement right here. It used to be said that he was going to see how many people he could actually put on a page. And whether he done Avengers, whether he done the Crisis, DC work he done some more Marvel work that I'm just finding out about. He was all over the place, but to do the type of stuff he done, even on up till he passed, he was a great artist. Still like him to this day. Me and my friend, my brother Chris Green, was talking about it, and I was telling him, I said, I make mention of you quite often, on the channel, because I said he was him and another brother of mine, Tony Knight, was our resident Avengers guys, and they would collect the Avengers. But Chris was the only one that would open the book up to the center page. Most of the time, most of the older books had a big centerfold in the middle of it, a big battle scene or what have you. And he would be the first one in our big, massive trays to open the book up and just smell the book. It was something about the smell of the book. But I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm piecing it together. I figured that issue 7 and issue 8 is probably going to be the ones that I'm going to have the most trouble picking up. There's a guy that's trying to sell a set on eBay. He wants $99 a best offer for it, and I think it's free shipping. I'm not for sure. That's a little bit out of Porch Puppy's range, but if I be patient and put them all together, like I said, if I can get the books in this particular condition like this, I can deal with it. I don't mind an occasional crease or two, but I'd like them pretty much like this, in this condition right here. That's a great read. And I know you can get the trade, you can order the trade, but I don't want the trade. That's right up there with the JLA versus the Avengers. Those square bound 4-issue books that they had. It took me years to pick up that Dark Knight Batman Returns. So I said I'll just hold out, and Lord bless and delay is coming. If I'm somewhere and I'm trading, or I may have a little extra jingle on me and I can afford the book, I may pick them up as well. But for right now, I'm happy just picking up what I can pick up. Next thing we're jumping into, folks, X-Men. Last John Byrne issue, I saw it, put it back, saw it, put it back, saw it, put it back. This time I picked it up. It's in good shape. It has a few little dings right up here, a little chip right up here at the top of the corner. It got a little smudge right here in the UPC. But other than that, it's a nice book. And like I said, I don't have a whole lot of X-Men. But if I can pick them up in trade or, something like that, or they don't want an arm and a leg for them, I'll pick them up here and there. Like I said, I've had the full run from giant size up, I believe, and at one time or another. So like I said, this collection here is just my nostalgia collection. Because back in the days when I was working pretty good before the accident and had quite a bit of money. Next, Uncanny X-Men 159, Bill Sienkiewicz cover and interior art, where Storm is bitten by Count Dracula. This was always a nice book pickup, and it was a good read. It was a real good read. Cochran done the story on it. Oh, is it Cochran? I can't remember. Anyway, it's a great book. I was telling Brother Rob I was also looking for this particular book. Why? I have no idea. Sometimes you get books that pop up in your head and you just need, man, why do I want that one? But it's this one. And then I'm also looking for a 193. I think that's a Warpath appearance. But I've always liked this Paul Ryan cover with the Fighting the Brood. Of course, if you go, what is it? an issue or two before this issue is when Binary makes her appearance. But I always like this particular cover, and Brother Rob had it. Nice book, nice shape, squared. I like it. Newsstand, great book. Now this one was another one I've been looking for on eBay, and then come to find out when I was trading with brother Paul, he had it in his box. I have passed this book up so many times, but this book here, it was done. The cover, as you can see, is done by Frank Miller. The interior art is done by Frank Miller, and it's a great book. It's a newsstand, square bound. And these here with the X-Men in them, I mean, I guess this is what I say, my X-Men right here. So not only, I guess I got a wild hair, I picked up 3. I picked up 4 with Doctor Strange. I picked up 5. This one's the one that you really see a lot of, this one. But then it's the one next, that's number 5. I didn't have a 6, And this number 7 is one that I'm working on a trade for from Brother RB. And it's got the Impossible Man in it. I said I don't know how far I'm going to go up with the annuals. I figured it might be wise to pick up a few original X-Men. I do have the classic X-Men, the run that I wanted on it from giant size on up to the 143. But and some of them I'll just pick up because of the storyline. Like I'll probably go back and pick up the 164, 165 of leading into the Brood story, and then the 193. Paul Ryan's art. I've always liked Paul Ryan's art because he done the art in Star Brand, a book that you can find used to pretty much all day, every day. Now you may in your neck of the woods still be able to find that book. But if you get a chance to get it, and I guess I'm directing this more so to the new kids on the block, if you get a chance to pick the book up and read it, it's a great book. The what I liked about it is the guy, it's almost set up like Marvel's version of Green Lantern, but he can take and move this Star Brand that the alien transferred to him on any part of his body. It looks like a tattoo. He can move it. But I mean, gives him flight, super strength. I think he got other powers. And the thing about it was, since this was part of the Marvel's new universe line, this one, as a collector, I collected pretty much everything back in the day. So I wanted, everybody's looking for that next lightning in a bottle, what's going to be the next Spider-Man or Wolverine or what have you. And none of those books, I don't think, really flew off. I mean, they had Star Brand, Justice, which was an alien, kind of put you in the mind of, and this was the 90s, kind of put you in the mind of that old 80s movie, I Come in Peace. Let me see, what else did they have? Cyforce and Spitfire, which was a female version of Iron Man, and with her armor, and they had another one. I forgot what the mystic of the whole thing was, and then there was DP7, and all these other. There was a few more. They had a Punisher book. I think his name was the book was just mainly called Merc. He was a mercenary. And but for me, pound for pound, Star Brand was probably the best read. Now, as it got closer to the end, it got a little wonky. Because it just got a little wonky. I guess they wanted to try to change them up to try to integrate them. Well, they ended up integrating the Star Brand into the regular Marvel. And I read a few issues where I just didn't like it. So that's just me. But if you get a chance to pick it up, if you find them in the 50 cent or dollar box or even in your back issue bin, if you get a chance to go ahead and pick them up. I guarantee you will enjoy the read. And again, that's it for this run of episode 78 of the Pickle Barrel. Hope you enjoyed it. As I said, we're yet praying for you, comic book community. We're still yet asking you to be praying for Israel. Be praying for those in Gaza, all those that are being, hurt, and the children that they're seeing and different things. And I mean, it's just terrible all over. Even here in the United States, there's things yet taking place over here. We need much prayer. We need men, women, boys, and girls that really want to put their focus more on who Jesus is, the one that can help us. Because, see, this is the thing I want you to understand. I tell you this every episode, that only Jesus Christ can fill that void. You cannot get to God bypassing Jesus Christ. Because the scripture will tell you, you have to go through him. He has to be the one you have to go through, because he is the one that gave his life for us all. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that I'm going to make it if I'm not living it according to God's word. Oh, what did you say, preacher? Yes, sir, I did. And that goes for me first and foremost, because I couldn't sit up here and tell you this unless I abide by it myself. And I have to. In the way I talk, in the way I do things, in the way I say things, in the way that my life is. That is my life. Holy living is my life. It's not a denomination, because that's what he said in his word. I'll leave you with this. He said in his word, be ye holy, for I am holy. And that's what he's asking for the men and women that say that they're Christians, blood-washed, baptized believers. This is what he's looking for out of his people. Because the Bible said the righteous will scarcely make it in. And if the righteous scarcely make it in, where will the sinner and the unjust man appear? It's in your word. You can Google it. Check it out. But again, this is KJ for Porch Puppy Comics. And again, I love your comic book community with the love of the Lord. Don't forget to pray over your children. Pray for the schools. Pray for the community. So much sickness and death going on around us. I love you all with the love of the Lord. Until next time, have a blessed day.